Thank you very much. Today I will talk about filling a gap. I call myself that I am a very typical social entrepreneur. I am just urging every fellow citizen in Ethiopia and in Africa as well to think about how they can fill the gap in every problem that we are facing currently. It can be in health, in politics, in peace and reconciliation, in agriculture, in every sector that we are working with. So I'm a social entrepreneur trying to fill a gap by business model rather than a very typical aid. That is not sustainable. Let me briefly tell you about my story. My name is Kibret Abebe. I am the founder of the first private ambulance service system. An ambulance service system that is affordable, accessible, and quality. I am a nurse anesthetist by profession who work in big teaching and referral hospital in Addis Ababa called Black Line Hospital, conducting anesthesia, forcing to see almost every day the prevalence of road traffic injury in Ethiopia, really high. As per the book in 2000, there was 194 deaths per 10,000 licensed vehicles. You can compare this figure with Japan, for example. 0.5 deaths per 10,000 licensed vehicles. If people are expected to die with the number of cars, we are not expected to die. But those people who have a number of cars in their own country, like Ethiopia have only less than 1 million cars for 120 million. If you take this figure, Japanese have a lot of cars. Why we are dying with that? Because of our safety measure. So, as an anesthetist, I was having a number of cases that sustained car accident and coming to me or outpatient department to be saved. I just ask a very simple question to my friends, fellow surgeons, anesthetists, and nurses. Who is expected to go to the scene or to come to the hospital? Is the patient or me? Very simple question, just seeing the gap. Is the patient who sustained an accident, who is not able to breathe, who tremendously bleed, is expected to come to me? Am I expected to wait for him in the hospital? Or it is me, a professional, expected to go there? So I try to explore about this. And the emergency medical service system came to the picture after World War II. Those people in the war, especially Canadians and Americans, when they go back home, they didn't found an emergency response system that was available in the war front in their own respective home. They said that, how dare that we are missing this? And they found the first 911 response system. So I told to my friend that we can do it. So my fellow friends challenged me in two things. One, who are you, for that matter, to think about this big agenda? And the second challenge was like, for how many people that you save life? This is a big country. So I said to them, then where is my drop of contribution on the topic that I am really well versed? I am challenging every fellow citizen in Ethiopia and in Africa as well. Unless and otherwise, we think seriously about our drop of contribution on the topics that we are well versed, it will be very difficult to change the scenario of Africa and Ethiopia. So the name Tabbita means a drop. Tabbita means a drop in Amharic. That means we need to think our drop of contribution on the topics that we are well versed. So thinking this, it took me like 17 years to go back to the statistics. From the statistics that I told you, 194 days per 10,000 licensed vehicle, only 4% of them are coming to the hospital with ambulance. The rest, 96%, are coming with personal car and taxi without any life-saving measure. You can imagine. And life-saving is not the skill of every fellow citizen in this country. I am not sure how many of you in this room knows the number to dial about if we face any life-threatening condition. We need to have one figure in Ethiopia to dial so that the entire emergency medical service system of the country can be changed. So, thinking this, I get a chance to evacuate one British citizen diplomat in 2007 from Addis Ababa to London. And I successfully evacuated him to London. I received a call in the morning. I was living in Black Line Hospital because I am an emergency person who need to be called very repeatedly. So one night I was having 5 operations and I was exhausted. I was just sleeping and a big surgeon called me and he told me that he needed my hand to be evacuated this patient. So I evacuated him in the afternoon successfully after 8 hours flight from Addis Ababa to London. When I come back, a bit emotionally, I resigned from Black Line Hospital. I told to myself that I have seen how emergency medical service works in the affluent society. So nothing is impossible. I resigned from Black Line Hospital and I submitted my proposal. My proposal is sustaining life through integrated first aid skill training, first aid provision, and professional ambulance service in Addis Ababa. So the two important challenges that I faced at the very beginning is that they said, if you want to be like Red Cross without asking any money from the service that the service receiver is receiving, we can give you without any standard. But if you want to make money out of it, then we need a standard, and we don't have that standard. So I was forced to write 17-page standard for the country to implement my project. This is a picture of social enterprises. I told them that I don't want to have another begging basket. I want to have an entrepreneurship mindset that change my life, that create job opportunity, and that can potentially grow. So the concept of social entrepreneurship is that we may see a number of social problems. In Ethiopia, we only have like either non-profit or profit maximization. I am not interested in both of them. I am very much interested in a topic that make an impact and make a profit, that potentially give a better life for me, give an opportunity for job employment, and of course that potentially can grow. So the government was not happy about this, but I really fight. I'm a fighter. So this took like 6 months, and then they said, okay, after the standard, they gave me the first license. The second challenge that I faced was, I get the standard, and I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to invest, I want to take risk. So where is the money? So I try to lobby with 2-3 banks in Addis Ababa. Try to let them just to understand what I am trying to do. Then all of the banks refuse my proposal. They are clear with the impact, but they are not clear with money. So I sold my personal house. I fight with my family, my wife. I convinced her and sold my house, traveled to Dubai, cook second-hand car to ambulances, bring them to Addis Ababa. When I am in front of you, I am the happiest ever chap because my ambulances professionally, modestly grow from 3 to 15 ambulances. We evacuated more than 100,000 patients. We opened the first paramedic college. We start the first manufacturing company. And before I die, I want to have air ambulance service system and a trauma center. We always believe that we need to think big, start small, and act now. We are acting. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Entrepreneurship is only limited to business people, but I think Mr. Kibret has shown we can all be entrepreneurs in our own ways. Without further ado, I would like to give back to the crowd. If anybody would like to ask a question.
Thank you very much for the question. We have been in every side of the country, frankly speaking. We have been in everywhere. The core system is in Addis Ababa, but we travel up to Djibouti, Eritrea, and even a border of Kenya. But we want to have a dispatch center. In the long run, our vision is to have a very synchronized ambulance service system in the entire country. So it will be very difficult currently to work out of Addis Ababa, as you clearly understand, but we have a big vision of synchronizing the entire ambulance service system in Ethiopia. So we want to be in Gambella, we want to be in Jijiga, we want to be everywhere. We have traveled there, but we want to have a proper dispatch center, one call system. As you may know that the heart of the emergency medical service system is not the paramedic and the ambulance as people understand. It is a call system, so that we want to have a call system for the entire country. We are working with the government as well to have a very synchronized ambulance service system. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kibret. Any other questions that you may have? I have one question,
Please.
if I may.
Yeah.
As this is a TEDx for the countdown, what are the current activities in regards to social enterprise in Ethiopia happening from your personal engagement and also realization?
Thank you very much. I'm the current president of Social Enterprise Ethiopia. There are more than, as per the study done by British Council, there are more than 55,000 social entrepreneurs in Ethiopia. We are not saying that social entrepreneurship is not new for Ethiopia. We have a lot of story concerning that, but we need to make it really modernized. Like, how can we really solve social problem with our own culture, making money and making impact at the same time. So we are lobbying with the government to put law, rule and regulation, so that social entrepreneurship can be considered. As I told you before, this country only knows that either non-profit or profit maximization. So we need to lobby with the government, let them just to understand what we are doing, so that impact will be considered. A very typical example of mine is like, if I save somebody's life, does that mean that the money he pays equal to his life? If it is not, there is an impact incorporated. The impact should be considered so that we can be a sustainable solution. So business model, sustainability, taking risk are the agenda that we are currently promoting.
Thank you very much once again, Mr. Kibret. If you don't have any other questions, please give him a round of applause.